You know, maybe I should wait before I do the intro. Although it is pretty good ambiance, I'll tell you that. Like, you know, I kind of psych myself up whenever.
You know, I haven't said it in a while, but shout out to Demon Dave.
Shout out to Demon Dave. He didn't even know about the video that we did together last week. He's been watching all your stuff, and he's like, "Where's Wayne?" So I reached out and I'm like, "You do know we
Thanks,
did
Dave.
one last week," and I hope it put a little smile on your face, Dave. But Wayne, Kevin, Wrestling Review Society, we're back. We're actually going to bank some videos. That way we can be in your home a little bit more together, because bonding's important.
Absolutely.
Anyways, you have something that you want to show off. You want to go ahead and take the lead on this?
So, as most of you know, the NWA never really went away, but it wasn't as prominent as it once was or as it is now. And with the, what's the word I'm looking for? Resurgency?
Resurgence.
With the resurgency of the NWA.
And Billy Corgan. Shout out to Billy Corgan.
They brought back one of my personal favorite titles of all time. They already had the 10 pounds of gold.
You actually, let me ask you this, to kind of cut you off a little bit. NWA is one of your favorite shows. Probably your favorite show, correct?
Well, yes and no. I'm a fan of all wrestling, but when you... Here's the thing. It's like... I go to each wrestling promotion to get a certain fix.
Yeah.
I like watching AEW for the fast pace,
the
high spots. The WWE, you get your production value. But when it comes to the NWA, you get your old style chain wrestling that takes you back to the late 80s, early 90s. You know, thinking about, you know, watching Tully and Arn and Luthez
and Dusty Rhodes, baby.
Come on, Daddy.
Come on. Reaching out my hand.
So yes, it is one of my favorite. It's my favorite to go watch good old-fashioned wrestling. Yes, it is.
With that being said, though, are these belts that NWA is producing your favorite set of belts?
So
see, I thought this would be an easy answer. I thought you go yes, yes,
no,
yes.
No, it is not.
Okay.
They are up there. They are very high up there. But my favorite series of belts is actually a toss-up between the IWGP belts and the TNA Impact Blue, not red, the blue ones. Obviously, you have the AEW belts, which are great. You have the NXT belts, the NWA belts. But if I had to pick a favorite, I'm probably going to go with the IWGP, just because they were doing beautiful belts before beautiful belts were a thing. Yeah,
I agree. So with that being said, you just mentioned there was a new title debut a month ago. Was it a month and a half, maybe?
It was probably right around that time. They had the 10 pounds of gold, but what they brought back was the NWA Television Championship. Now, they brought it back on black leather. They did not keep it on red, but one of the things that I thought was really, really interesting about it, as of right now, the NWA Power is on YouTube, but they kept the CBS and the ABC side plates.
Yeah, that was kind of surprising, wasn't it? We'd heard rumors that they may do the Facebook or the YouTube logo and maybe the Facebook or something like that. We'd heard rumors, but they actually kept the network logos.
Yeah. I was a really big fan of this belt. I love what they're doing with it now. So whenever this belt is defended on the NWA, the match has a 6-minute 5-second time limit.
Oh wow.
So yeah, and 6:05 is the time that NWA Power starts on YouTube every Tuesday night. Another cool concept to this belt that I thought was really cool that the NWA is doing is 7 successful title defenses, whether it be pinfall, submission, or time limit draw. If the man who walks in with this belt walks out 7 consecutive times with this belt, they are automatically the #1 contender for the NWA Championship. Now, the reason I bring that up is when NWA Power first started, we saw Nick Aldis face Tim Storm for the NWA Championship, with the stipulation of Tim Storm being, if Tim Storm failed to win, he could never challenge for the NWA Championship again. However, this gives me a little bit of hope, gives me that little loophole. You know, maybe he gets this belt, maybe he defends it 7 times, and he's right back in there.
That's possible.
That's one of the main reasons, or that's not one of the main reasons, but it's one of the reasons I love this belt. Is there's so many cool ideas going on with this belt, and it absolutely looks amazing.
So, just a little backstory from me with the NWA. I almost said NWO. Might as well tweet me on that right quick, brother.
All right.
With the NWA, I knew, watched the NWA around here growing up. I didn't watch a lot of it. I didn't really know of this top. I've seen it a lot since we've been in the belt hobbies, and to be honest, it was never a belt that I really considered getting. I was always a WWF guy, WCW guy. I didn't really watch. Of course, I've got the NWA 10 pounds of gold, because you can't not be.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, you can't not be a wrestling fan and not have the Dome Globe. But actually, looking at this belt now, I gotta admit, man, I'm digging it. I really am. It's a beautiful belt.
It's gonna kill me to let it go.
Yeah, with or without this being a boot or a legit, it's a really good looking belt.
It really is.
And looking at it on the NWA Power Hour, I fall in love more with this belt every day.
Currently held by Ricky Starks of the NWA.
So we're going to go ahead and get into this. Again, we've been foraying into the unofficial replicas, and this is no different today. This is 4mm zinc, correct?
It is.
And
nickel plated.
It is just, I gotta admit, the maker of this belt did a great job.
He really did. So starting from your end on down, you have a really good leather cut. The tooling throughout the strap is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, you got 2x8 male snaps over here.
Yep, 2x8 male. You could tell that the tooling in the snap box, and when Wayne does his close-ups, you'll be able to see the tooling in the snap box is hand done. There's very deep tooling all the way around this belt with the clamshell tooling, getting into the nugget texturing in the snap box, and all the little bells and whistles all the way around it. Coming on over into the side plates, you have
the peacock over here. Yep.
Who doesn't remember seeing that peacock all over TV as a little kid?
Yeah, and we didn't even see this version of the peacock.
No.
We got the late 80s, early 90s version of the peacock, which was a great, but it just brings back a lot of memories seeing the peacock. And
with the silver plating, or nickel plating, I apologize, with the nickel plating, the red paint, the blue paint, there's really a lot of contrast in there. Very easy to know that is the peacock. Coming into the next side plate, the ABC logo. I'm going to save the main plate for last. You come on over to the other two side plates. You got the CBS, the satellite dish, and then you have the NWA property plate. Now, on the original one, I don't believe the NWA property plate was there.
I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth.
I'm willing to go out on a limb and say it wasn't, but I can't say with 100% certainty. Then coming on down here, you have the 5x2 female snaps and a full silver tip, not half. So when we say full silver tip, you have the part on the front and the back. It fully encompasses the leather. It's not just the front part. So that's a really good touch. The full silver snap, or the full silver tip.
Let me fill you guys in on tips. When you get a replica from shop or superstore, they're very light tips. They kind of they're almost the length of the width of the actual strap. If you were to put this title over your shoulders this way, be careful with this tip if you're a guy. Because I promise you, I've got a boot or two, and these boot makers don't play around when they put a real authentic tip on there.
Oh no!
Because it feels like they weigh about 5 pounds, and they will make you sell a bit, or they'll put some damage on you.
Getting into the back, all the screws are held in very nicely. There are no splits in the leather from where they fasten the backing onto the leather strap. Once again, the maker of this belt did a phenomenal job. Now, getting into the main plate, like I said, I wanted to save that for last.
I can already see some nitpicks, but
there are
not bad nitpicks.
This belt design was used for so many different belts.
Yeah.
This was one of the more popular designs. There are some nitpicks, but so let's go ahead and get some of those out of the way. What stands out to you?
I'm trying to see. Okay, I thought down here there was some loose paint, but it looks like maybe that's not. I think there is some etching in there, so I'm going to say there was some etching and they put some red in there.
Yep.
Maybe not full red in a couple spots. And again, this is nitpick. This is 100% nitpick. it's still a great belt. This is still a great quality belt. I would recommend this in a heartbeat. One thing I love about these, and I was going to tell you, or I was going to tell you guys a little earlier, with these plates, all the way around every plate, you got a border on the plate. You don't see that much in most of your belts.
It's almost that rope texture.
And you have that on the side plates. You have that on the main plate. You don't have it on the property plate, but that, again, that's a different plate.
So you have the two cameras on either side. Very well done. You can clearly tell those are the cameras. The globe in the center. The globe itself, I give it about an 8.5 out of 10. There are some edges that could be a little crisper, and then the ropes in the ring, also 8.5 out of 10.
Almost looks like they tried to go 9 for that.
Yeah,
but I don't think that was meant to be.
Yeah, and it's like we said, this is a phenomenal belt. These are just absolute nitpicks. But overall, this belt is a solid 9.5 out of 10, in my opinion.
I think it's great.
I love this belt.
You have a great curve.
Yeah, the curve is awesome.
You can put your fingers under the curve, and to me, that's probably the greatest sign. If you can at least go up to the palm, then I think that's a pretty good curve.
I just feel like every time I grab this belt, and I know it's on a black strap, not a red one, but every time I grab this belt, I feel like I just need to give somebody the AA spine buster.
Yeah. I actually really like this more on the black strap than the red strap. Kind of like the cruiserweight belt. I do like that now way more on a black strap than the purple strap.
I just feel like with the red paint on the red strap, it kind of took away from it just a little bit, not much. But when you put that black strap, it really helps the contrast of the paint.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what do you think of the contrast all in all? Because I know you're a contrast guy way more than I am. I'm digging the blue and the red, and I think on the black strap it works.
As far as contrast goes, now you have to understand, I'm comparing this to belts that have paint, belts that have intricate designs. This is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
It's got the best contrast. It easily breaks apart. You can tell what you're looking at. Now, I don't compare this to the AEW because the AEW doesn't have paint.
No.
I don't compare this to like the big gold dual plated because that doesn't have paint.
No.
But belts that have the inlaid paint, this is probably my favorite. Has the best contrast to me.
Now you have your eagle, and again, you've already pointed out the globe. You have some ornateness down here. Do you think maybe it would have been popped a little bit more if they'd have made the cameras, like the top of the cameras, black, you know, like an actual movie camera? Do you think that would have helped out at all? I'm kind of torn on that because I was looking at it and I was like, maybe. I don't know.
It's one of those things. It's one of those things without seeing it, I can't really tell.
Exactly, but you know, that was just me. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing it. So if somebody has a custom that they worked on and they've got one, hit us up on Facebook or you know, show us. I'd love to see it. I really like the eagle.
Yeah, they
did a great job on the eagle. I'm seeing, you know, there's actually, you can see the feathers down in there. I'm really digging that. All in all, like you said, a 9.5. It's thick plates. It's got the curve to it. You've got some really good tooling in the snap box.
You do have a little bit of bleeding paint right here, but
you can get that in a replica from the shop.
Absolutely.
One thing I always thought, every time I see a belt and I see the clamshell tooling, I always think I'll be tired of it. I'd be tired of seeing it by now. But you know what? I'm really not.
No, it adds to the belt, in my opinion. It just adds that little bit of extra.
Yeah.
It's the cherry on top of the sundae.
Yeah, the only time I really haven't seen, the new Intercontinental title doesn't have clamshell. They've got a new tooling around. And also the Undisputed belt that I've got, it's got the WWE logo all the way around, and I thought that looked really cool. Either way, as long as you've got an accentuator around your plates, it works.
Absolutely.
And the clamshell, excuse me, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I can't get over this belt. I've got nothing but compliments from this belt from people who literally nitpick stuff. A good friend of mine, Jeff Parthay, who's known as Mr. TV Accuracy.
Shout out to the Weasel.
He actually messaged me and said, I'm really impressed with that belt. So I felt that was a huge compliment.
Now again, with the leather, let's do the leather test. You know, again, these aren't simulated leather straps. You've got a good amount of floppiness to it. And you've also
can hold it how it was meant to be held.
You've got there's a lot of pliability in there. There's a lot of flexibility in there. And with this belt, I noticed since when you did it earlier, this is a thick belt when you put it up like this. There's not that real indentation from the main plate being so heavy. And that could be aside from the curve, it could be that brick of a tip at the bottom, but it's really, you know, set like this. It's a pretty thick belt.
Yeah, I love this belt. Like I said, it's gonna kill me to let it go.
Oh, are you thinking about letting it go?
Yeah. This belt, I got to make room for other ones. This belt's as much as it's gonna hurt, it's got to find a new home. So if you like this belt, go to Wrestling Review Society on Facebook, hit me up, and we'll make a deal.
I'm actually glad you're doing this because you've actually surpassed me, Victoria and I, in the collecting world. With your collection, I don't remember what you're at. I'm at 29 right now. I think you're
34.
Yeah, you're past that. So anyone that you get rid of brings you back down to my level.
Well, you have to keep in mind this is being rehomed to make room for a new one.
That's fair enough, but until you get that new one, you know, you're one step closer to me. You know, we went from Victoria and I went from the penthouse. Now we're slowly working our way down to the basement because you're just surpassing us.
But yeah, this one is actually looking for a new home. So like I said, if you're interested, hit me up on Wrestling Review Society on Facebook. Also, we're Wrestling Review Society 1 on Instagram and Wrestling RS on Twitter.
On the Twitter machine.
Yep.
With that being said, on Facebook, again, Facebook, we've got a 2,000 member giveaway. You have to be a member of both the Facebook group and the YouTube channel.
So I'm not trying to cut you off. Let me break this down for you. I understand when you guys see the giveaway saying 2,000 members. What are the chances I'm going to be the 1 in 2,000? Here's the thing. We might have 2,000 members on Facebook, but we have 725 on YouTube. So, yes, it still is going to be a little challenging, but more than half the pool is disqualified because you have to be a member of both.
You have to provide us a screenshot if you win that you are a subscriber to YouTube. And I don't want you, if we pick your name, to run over there and hit subscribe and then I see your notification pop up. You have to be a subscriber to YouTube before the drawing, and of course a member of the Facebook group.
And yeah, so that's the current giveaway coming up.
Right now, the only thing that is known on the giveaway, co-creator Ashley back there with A-Rock Designs. Shout out to A-Rock Designs.
Wait, what are you about to give away?
I'm not giving away. Oh, well, no, I've already showed one.
I'm
saying she's in charge of that.
Okay.
I'm saying you've got me all confused. I'm discombobulated.
Oh, you're talking about what we all have.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I already have one thing that I've put out there, and that is an AEW pin by Pro Wrestling Tees.
It's an awesome looking.
Yeah, that's a great looking pin. Everything else is Miss Ashley back there. She is putting the whole giveaway together, and I can't wait to see what she's got. You know,
she is also the one who's making all those cool little wrestling cups you guys see floating around everywhere. Mm-hmm. Joe Rotunda's got a couple. Jeff Parthay, Stephen Hammer,
Josh
Eddie
Hammer.
Williams, Josh Hammer, Ben Walker. Literally the who's who.
Oh,
of the
yeah,
belt
I have
hobby.
one too.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
We have one too. Literally the who's who of the belt hobby has these cups. But it's not just limited to cups. I mean, she does cups, shirts, keychains. She can monogram your dog. Probably not your dog.
You know, it depends. You wanna put a little bit of bling bling on your Sharpay? Shout out to Ashley at A-Rock Designs.
But that's pretty much going to cover it with this belt. I'm good. Are you good?
I'm good, man.
Alright, we've got a few more belts to get through today. Like I said, this one is currently looking for a new home. Hit me up in Wrestling Review Society, and let's make
I'll take it home, don't worry. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. We will catch you guys down the road.
See you guys.